Ho, ho, ho. I bringeth gifts. I bringeth gifts. And if you're Chris Carr, it's the most unexpected gift of all. You know, the Super Bowl is coming up, one of the greatest days of the year.
Are you buying us tickets?
Oh, hell no.
Chris is going.
I am. I'm deeply involved.
In the sports ball. So that's coming in. Of course, one of the main reasons that a lot of people get excited about Super Bowl is trailers. It's the best trailer day of the year is a Super Bowl normally. But you know who doesn't? You know who's the Grinch of Super Bowl trailers?
Who?
Warner Brothers. They haven't done a Super Bowl trailer since 2006. Not
Really?
since V for Vendetta, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
But not this year, as Santa Claus is coming to town and he's going to bring us, according to reports, a Flash trailer will be airing and dropping.
According to
Wow.
Believe it or not.
I don't think Chris believes it.
I'm on the knot.
Yep. So Christmas Scrooge Chris
Yeah.
does not believe in the spirit of Flash Christmas or Flash Super Bowl trailers. But no, apparently, according to the reports, Warner Brothers is going to be doing a big push for Flash and dropping a trailer for it at the Super Bowl. Now, of course, Warner Brothers hasn't confirmed this yet, but this is coming from a couple of the trades. Warner Brothers hasn't confirmed this yet, but all signs point to it. And I'll tell you the main reason why even though the studio itself hasn't confirmed it yet, I totally believe it. In this new Warner Brothers era, they have, look, Warner Brothers made it very clear they really believe in this film. Now, with all the nonsense that has gone with it, from problems in the production to several release date changes, to even earlier than that, they went through several sets of writers, several sets of directors, and then, of course, all the coal in your stocking that Ezra Miller has dropped, all year long. So making life miserable for everybody at Warner Brothers. Through all that, they have maintained that Andy Muschietti has made a great film. And they love this film. And, there's a shot that we saw at CinemaCon when we got to see Michael Keaton.
How can you not love that? You know what that says to me, John? Batman Beyond.
It says Batman Flashpoint.
That says Batman Flashpoint to me is what it says. But so I think this is really interesting. We're going to get our first really true taste of this. I mean, they showed little bits of footage here and there. They've dropped some images and whatnot. But we're going to get our first real kind of look at this. Rob, does this make sense to you for them to drop this at Super Bowl? A traditionally not necessarily a comic book movie audience is going to put it in front of a lot of new eyeballs. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. We've talked about the Ezra Miller situation. We've talked about this movie. Some people on this panel don't even believe this is real.
Nope.
But I do think that if this movie's great, a lot of people worked on it. Andy Muschietti is a director to It films that Warner Brothers made a lot of money from. Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, which is monumental. John, I want this movie to be great. And I think from everything we've heard, this movie is great. And for all the people that worked on it, for Michael Keaton to come back, for Muschietti to, how much of his life did he pour into this? The fact that they're putting out a Super Bowl trailer with everything that's happened means this movie has got to be effing great.
It has to be great.
And I am
with or without a reboot of the DCU coming,
dude,
this movie's got to be great.
I'm stoked. However, until James Gunn has a tweet about it, I'm just not going to believe that there is a trailer. I'm not going to believe there's a movie. I need James Gunn to tell me, James, please tweet and tell us. Tell us if this trailer is going to be there on Super Bowl Sunday. Because I want to see it.
Chris, is the person in the room who on a government census will first put that you believe in Santa Claus before saying you believe in this Flash movie?
I'm on the not E list.
What do you think about this report?
I would love for this movie to come out as Batman Flashpoint. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. I'm really excited about Keaton getting back in the cowl. But there has been so many problems with this film, and I know tons of people worked on it, and I'm not trying to diminish all the hard work that people have done. And I usually do mostly say this in jest of okay, that movie is not real. But truly, it just seems odd for this to be the thing you come back to the Super Bowl with. We know that we're getting a clean slate, and even if we were going to exist with this kind of Flash story, it ain't going to be with Ezra Miller. So I'm a little confused why we would put so many eggs in this basket. I know we've got inside sources saying it's a great film, but I don't know if I believe it.
Everybody loves a comeback story.
Well,
Well,
Parks and Rec.
once you've paid your penance, yeah.
But here's the thing that I try to remind people of is that this is not Ezra Miller's movie.
Right.
This is Andy Muschietti's movie.
Yeah.
And this isn't like they went out and put Ezra Miller in this movie despite all the nonsense. Ezra Miller was in this movie before all the nonsense.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure if they could have gone back in time and recast Ezra Miller, they would have recast their role quickly, easily, and happily. But they got dealt the hand they got dealt. So it is that. But I mean, it's the same thing. Even if this universe is being rebooted, which we think is what's going to happen, but we don't know for sure. Even if DC is being rebooted, you still have to treat this movie as any other movie. It is a movie that represents years of investment, hundreds of millions of dollars of investment, and you need to market it in such a way to try to maximize your return on that investment. And historically speaking, Super Bowl has been the place to do it.
Well, and I'm sure it is a way to get on top of all of the bad press too, because
Yeah.
your common moviegoer might not know all about the trash stories that are coming out about Ezra Miller, right? So this might be a great way to kind of just get over that lump.
Now, the feature they showed us, because they showed us a little chunk of the film back at CinemaCon last year. Just by watching that footage that they showed us last year at CinemaCon, whose movie would you say this is? It's Michael Keaton's
Michael
movie.
Keaton's.
At least that's according to the footage they showed us. I have a feeling that this trailer, if it's real, Chris,
Thank
if
you.
this trailer actually comes out in Super Bowl, I have a feeling if we get stopwatches and time it, we're going to see more screen time for Michael Keaton than we will for Ezra Miller. I think they're going to lean more in the marketing part. I think they're going to lean more towards the Michael Keaton. I'm not saying they're going to hide Ezra Miller. The movie's called Flash. At least for now it is. They're not going to hide Ezra Miller, but I bet you there will be more screen time of Michael Keaton than Ezra Miller. What do you think?
John, you always say that winning cures everything. If this film is terrific, and by all accounts it is, all of his past
No,
transgressions.
they will not. No, they will not.
I'm just going to say, but the movie-going audience is not going to pay attention to that.
I don't know that I agree with that.
I mean-
don't, because this wasn't one incident with Ezra, right?
I know,
this
but-
was incident compounded on incident, especially when they got to the grooming
if
of an underage girl thing. That's not stuff people forget.
But if the movie's great, they're going to see the Flash.
They will probably still see. Look, this is where I'm at as a fan, and you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to feel the same way. This is where I'm at as a fan. I know this is not Ezra Miller's movie. This is Andy Muschietti's movie.
Yes.
They wrote this movie, conceived this movie, all that kind of stuff before they knew they had any problem with Ezra Miller, all that kind of stuff. So I am enthusiastically going to be going to see this movie. That said, if Warner Brothers were stupid enough to try to then do another one with Ezra Miller, I won't be seeing that. Like I don't hold what's going on with Ezra and all that. I don't hold that against Warner Brothers for that. That's the hand they were dealt.
Sure.
I don't blame them for that. Whatever. That's fine. If Andy Muschietti made a great movie, fantastic, blah, blah, deal with the Ezra Miller stuff later. I mean, the old Warner Brothers regime should have dealt with it 2 years ago.
Yep.
But they didn't. So here we're at this point now where it is what it is. But I mean, so I'm of the point, and again, I'm not trying to say this is how anybody else should feel. I'm just telling you this is the way my head is working right now. I will happily go to see this movie. I'm excited about seeing this movie and seeing what Andy Muschietti does. But I'm also completely of 100% belief that you will never see Ezra Miller play Flash again. No matter what.
I agree with
This movie could make, I'll go so far as to say this movie could make Avatar level money. And of course it won't. But even if it did, I don't think you're ever going to see Ezra Miller play this role again.
Agreed.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Are you hopeful with the Christmas spirit that we're about to get a Flash trailer at the Super Bowl? Or are you Scroogey and Grinchy?
Like me.
Like Chris Carr. And not
the
even believing this
Scroogiest,
is-
Grinchiest among us all.
You are not that.
I know I'm not. That's why I think it's so funny that I'm
You're
on this
supposed
end
to
of
be
this.
Mary Lou.
I
Except
know.
for when it comes to this.
Probably
Whatever
not
you
too.
guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. The holidays are officially upon us, and it's time to start celebrating. Do your thing and holiday your way with MeUndies. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year to try MeUndies, because they're currently offering a very merry deal. Get 20% off your first purchase with free standard shipping and free returns when you go to MeUndies.com/Campea. Guys, you know I've been wearing MeUndies for a while now because I used to be like everybody else. I would go to the big store, buy the biggest box of the most generic underwear, and I thought that was good enough. But ever since I started MeUndies and started wearing
wearing the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn in my life. I swear on this Christmas season, I will never go back. So get your holiday shopping finished early and start making time for yourself with the new MeUndies holiday collection. Their undies, long underwear, and sleepwear are made out of the softest, most supple fabric you've ever felt and are guaranteed to bring you comfort and joy to all of your loved ones. Shop their classic plaid prints for a traditional, picture-perfect style, or get festive with their adventurous limited edition sweater prints. Available in sizes extra small all the way through 4XL, MeUndies has what you need to make all of your favorite people smile this holiday season, all in one convenient place. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea.